And let's get started. By the way, Denise is my all-time, I mean, she's the most incredible makeup artist that I know.
She can make me embarrassed.
I tried to get her to do my maternity photos, and then I realized my maternity photos are the day that you guys are all in Punta Cana. So she's taught her daughter as well, though. So hopefully I'll be able
I talked to Stormy and
she'd be down.
Yeah, she's down for it. So
yeah,
Stormy instead.
Perfect. Okay. Let's get to it.
So I'm going to teach you guys some tricks. First of all, I'm going to let you know, sometimes we have little like creases underneath our eye where immediately our foundation goes into. Does anybody have that problem? If we do, I learned another little trick that you can do before you do anything else. So you use your primer and then you use a hold up setting spray. You spray under there and let it dry.
I forgot hold up.
You use the hold up, and then you put your foundation and your concealers over your hold up setting spray. That will keep the foundation and the concealer from going into that little crease that we all have. You know, most of us have. Some of us have perfect eyes.
Even babies have those creases. Even babies have little creases under their eyes.
Have those. That's right. And so our makeup goes in there. And when we get older, like me, it really goes in there. So I'm very careful. Another thing about that I'm going to just touch on real quickly. I do at my age, when we get older, I don't use powder around my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I do not. I always have that dewy look around my eyes, and Megan's always saying, "It's so dewy and pretty."
Fresh.
But
yeah,
because powder will just make me look older. Now, I had another makeup artist do my makeup once, and she actually baked it in there, which means she let it sit and then brushed it in, and that's great. But in time that gets very cakey too. So I just choose not to use powder around my eyes. But my daughters, they're gorgeous, young, and they don't need to worry about that.
They bake all day,
and they don't have crow's feet and all that stuff. So we're going to start with some P2. I'm going to have or P3. Sorry, I'm going to have Megan put some.
Okay.
I'm letting Megan do some of this herself because this is not a full-on.
Fingers are tools.
Fingers are tools.
And usually, Denise will like do a whole face with fingers.
I'm old school and I still like there's nothing that smooths your makeup better. And I don't care what anybody says than your fingers.
And they try to even create like little, like cutlet looking things to like, use, but then it still doesn't work.
Yeah. Your fingers here. Did we get under your eyes really good?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Turn towards me. I'm going to do my own.
She doesn't believe me.
I don't believe her. Yeah.
It's not enough. I love this stuff. When we were making the commercial for P3, our producer just had me lather it on because we were trying to get a specific shot. And by the end and it's all I had was the P3 primer on. Okay.
So now we're going to go ahead and we want to use our light foundation, and I'm using the Tory Bell number 30.
Yeah. 130. It's the only color I brought this over. Sorry.
I forgot our foundations are 130 and our concealers are 30. So anyway, this is the 130. I am going to use a brush just because I don't have time to go wash my hands. So we're going to lightly.
Smart. Okay.
Turn towards me a little bit. And we're going to go lightly and get this blended. I'd rather use my hands, but
I know.
won't.
I like that you start from the center of the face and blend out because that's where I have the most discolor. I feel like is in the center of my face, and then it kind of blends.
I kind of do all kinds, and
that's good.
When I'm cheating, I will take two different colors of foundation. I'll put my lighter foundation in my T-zone.
Yeah.
I'll put a lighter around my eyes, and then I put the darker around the outside of my face, and then blend it all together. That's my cheater.
I did mean to grab you a 122, but I did.
But see how we can, if we blend out, even though it looked really dark when we were starting, it's blending into her skin tone.
Yes. This color does that for me too. It'll go on a little.
It looks
orange, and then it'll blend out perfectly.
It's amazing how this works. Okay, so for dark circles, you want to take a little shade above, and we're going to go the whole under eye. This is dark circle concealment.
So not bags.
This is not the bags. This is the circles. So you want to go all the way and go up like this. You see how I cut that up at an angle?
Lift that eye.
That's going to give a little lift to your eye. And then you're going to take my other brush.
Awesome.
And we're going to just tap this out, or you can use a blending sponge, whatever you
Oh,
choose.
I love blending sponges.
Yeah, I'm not, I just don't use them. I have them, like, I brought down a whole
Yeah.
packet of them. Haven't even opened it yet.
Like the
See,
beauty blender.
I'm all about this. This is me blending.
Yeah, really melted into the skin.
It does, definitely. But see, this is getting rid of our dark circle. And then you can take your foundation that you used
Okay, and
just-
go over that.
just a little bit lightly just to blend it,
Oh, smart.
so that we don't
Blending.
have like the backwards raccoon.
So it doesn't look like you have like a bunch of grow out on,
Mhm.
on your eye.
How's that look, guys? You see that?
Ooh, and so
Okay,
that lighter color was 10 or
that was
20?
that was a 20. I'm
Okay.
gonna go now on to conceal bags. We're gonna go to the other side of her face.
I feel like my eye looks like lifted on
It
the
is
side.
lifted,
Yeah.
and it'll keep your eye looking bigger too. So now on this eye, we're going to show you the trick for bags. Now she doesn't really have a bag, so we're going to pretend she does. But what you would do is, you see how she does have a little crease right here. We're going to stop that. We're going to go just in that line. You don't want to do the whole eye.
Mhm.
You want to go up like this, but you're only going to hit that line. You're not going to blend all the way up like we did all the way up in here on this side. We're going to just hit this line right here. And I need to do a little bit more.
Smart.
And I'm using a little bit lighter color under here.
So the 20 or the
This is the 10.
oh, the 10. Okay,
This
the
is the
lightest.
10.
Nice.
And so we're going to let this bake in just a tiny bit. And then I'm going to get my other bigger brush.
Big old fluffy brush.
Actually, I'm going to get a sponge.
Sponge. I love to take our it's not the perfect contour sponge, but it's the blender looking one. And I like to soak it and get it wet and watch it just triple in size. And then when it's nice and damp, it just blends everything. I love blending with that material.
As you know, you're cutting a new sponge. Cutting new sponge.
Oh, that's awesome. She has the whole kit over there.
Okay, now I am wetting mine because I did bring it down, but I forgot about it because I was busy.
Damp sponges. Dana's in the house. I'm gonna make Dana co-host too. Welcome.
Okay, so I have my little tiny eye sponge. These are the tiny eye
Oh,
sponges.
cute.
And we're gonna dab this in.
I've never actually used one of those before. Dab, 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 dab. Now, Denise, do you do sound effects when you are doing your clients?
No,
No, you're just quiet. Okay.
no, I'm pretty focused usually, because usually I'm at a pageant doing like 10 people in 3 hours.
Yeah.
So I don't have time for chit chat. I don't have time for moms in my room. I was like, get out,
This
everybody out.
gal will do the most glamorous hair and makeup you've ever seen in your life in like 30
Do you
minutes.
see how we've cleaned
Oh
up?
my gosh. Yes. It looks like I have a filter on the side of my face.
See how we've gotten rid of this dark circle, but you want to use a lighter one, and then you can go back in with a little shade, one shade down,
Mhm.
and just blend it a little bit more,
Mhm.
but you don't go all the way up. You can go out here to the outer eye again
Yes.
and get that lift again that we did before.
But just cover where that bag line.
Right, you don't want to
is.
go, we don't want to do your full eye because it'll make your eye look
Oh,
smaller, and
yeah.
also you'll draw attention to the bag.
Yeah, that makes sense because you're just lightening the part that's darker
Right.
there. Mhm.
Does anybody have any questions for
Oh
me?
my goodness, I feel like this is like a plump. This is like a plump side, and then this is like a zoom side. Yes.
So-
Any questions? Put them in the chat, and I will ask Denise while we have her.
I'm so willing to help you guys with anything else. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this eye over here, because now that I have that one over there, beautiful, I can't not do this
We
one.
should do a 15 makeup masterclass in Punta Cana with you and Laura. That'd be so fun. Just like a Babo Cabo, but makeup
I would love to.
masterclass.
I-
It'd be so fun.
You know, I'm game.
You're
I'll
like,
be there.
I'll be there.
Like, I don't have anything else to do. Wow, this is so awesome.
Okay, yeah. So if 170, Ashley, is a color that you would typically use for a foundation, then you would say for the concealer to go one higher, like one brighter than that, right?
You want the lower number.
Yeah. So it would be so yeah. So 60 would be your
60
concealer.
or even 50.
Oh yeah, because we use this. We
I
use
use
a
two-
10 and a 20.
Yeah, I
for
use
me.
a 10 and a 20. So I would actually, I prefer when my own makeup, I go way light to the light side. So does my daughters. All my daughters, we use the lightest concealer that there's possible. And we're
Okay.
dark skinned, so,
in any scenario.
but we like ours a little more
glam.
glam.
Yep.
So
But yeah, so for more of a natural look, just like I think a good
Mhm.
rule of thumb is one shade
1 to
lighter than your
2.
foundation.
right.
And then Teresa wants to know, do you set it with the loose powder?
You can set it with the loose powder, and I will do that right now for
Yay.
Megan. We'll go ahead and set this over here.
I love that we
And
don't have to choose a color for this because it's
No, it's
translucent.
translucent. We're using Tori Bell's translucent powder, which the reason I love Tori Bell's powder is because there is no SPF in it, so that when you take a picture, your face doesn't turn white.
Right? Like you're on the
It's-
red carpet and all of a sudden you're just a ghost.
Yeah, your face is like two shades light, or you look like you're wearing a different head than your body, you know? We used to
And-
have that problem, you know, when my daughters would take pictures,
Mhm.
and it would just make me nuts.
I'm glad
And we
someone
di-
figured out what it
We
was.
didn't know what it was. Yeah. Yes, you can absolutely set this with setting powder. If that's see how she's getting the crease under here. Eyes up. Megan, eyes up,
Oh,
baby.
up.
See, she's got a little crease under here. So this is what I was talking about with the setting spray. If you take your setting spray and just dab it under here like this and then let it dry, keep your eye up, it'll get rid of that crease. And then when you put your makeup on, it won't go automatically and
It's
fill
like
that
a
crease.
barrier.
It's
I
a barrier.
love
It keeps
that.
it. So it's a little trick that I'm teaching you guys for free. So there you go. That's just an added one.
Oh,
Any
I'm
other
feeling it.
questions?
I
so
know, I love you. This is perfect and so simple. No
Mhm.
flashback.
It-
Oh, and also the setting powder will be back and should be back in stock in the next week or
2
so.
weeks, yeah.
So we did order that. Great tip. Awesome, you guys. Well, I think that's all we have for today. 6:14, and we got so much knowledge in there.
Anytime that if you guys have any tips that you would like to know, you'd like to see me back again, just let Megan know, and I'd be happy to come in and show
We'll
you
have
what
to
we
do
got.
another. The other one was how to do a cut crease. So we'll have to.
Cut crease. Well, I have a cheater tool for cut crease because I'm that's not.
We
you know.
love cheater tools
Okay.
on the 15-minute makeup masterclass.
Well, let's do that next time with this. We'll try. Why don't we try? You know how everybody's doing the little dental things.
Yes.
Let's try that in our next masterclass.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll test it out. If we'll test it for
I
you, and if
know.
it works, we'll use it.
Yeah.
Have a great night, guys. Talk to you later.